Here's a question for the couples watching this. You both work. You both earn decent money. Combined income somewhere between $120,000 and $180,000 a year? So why does it feel like you're still one bad month away from financial stress? Here's the paradox. The average dual-income couple in their 30s earns 73% more than a single-income couple, but they save only 11% more. 73% more income, 11% more savings. The rest, $40,000 to $60,000 per year, disappears into a lifestyle that expanded to meet two incomes instead of one. This has a name. Elizabeth Warren, yes, the senator, wrote a book about it in 2003 called The Two-Income Trap. And 20 years later, it's worse than she predicted. In this video, why two incomes create a financial vulnerability most couples never see coming, the three traps that drain dual-income households, and the exact framework to fix it without either person quitting their job. The math doesn't lie. People do. Let me explain how the two-income trap actually works, because it's not what most people think. When a couple goes from one income to two, something predictable happens. Their lifestyle adjusts to two incomes. The apartment gets bigger, the car gets newer, the restaurants get nicer, the vacations get more frequent. Here's the problem. Those lifestyle upgrades do not feel optional anymore. The bigger apartment has a lease. The car has payments. The private school tuition has contracts. What started as upgrades funded by a second income have quietly become fixed costs that require both incomes to maintain. You have not built financial security. You have built financial dependency on two paychecks. Here's the stress test I want every couple to run right now. If one of you lost your job tomorrow, not quit, lost, how long could you survive on one income? Most dual-income couples in their 30s cannot survive on one income for more than 60 to 90 days without making significant lifestyle cuts. Not because they earn too little, because their fixed costs have grown to require both incomes. The irony is brutal. The second income that was supposed to create security has actually created fragility, because now you need both incomes just to stay even. And this isn't a hypothetical. In any given year, roughly 15% of dual-income couples experience a significant income disruption. Job loss, medical leave, maternity leave gaps, career change. 15%? That's not a small risk. That's 1 in 7 couples every year. There are 3 specific drains that hit dual-income households harder than anyone expects. Drain 1, the cost of earning 2 incomes. Most couples look at 2 salaries and see 2 salaries. They don't see the costs attached to earning both of them. Run this math. If both people work full-time, you need childcare. Average cost in a major US city, $2,000 to $3,500 per month. Add work wardrobes, commuting costs, convenience food, and the "we both work hard, so we deserve this" spending, that is absolutely real and absolutely expensive. For many dual-income couples with children, the second income, after all its associated costs, nets less than $20,000 per year in actual household benefit, sometimes less than $10,000, on a $60,000 salary. Drain 2, the tax bracket trap. 2 incomes don't just add together, they stack on each other for tax purposes. If one partner earns $75,000 and the other earns $65,000, their combined income is $140,000. But that second $65,000 is taxed at the marginal rate of someone already earning $75,000. The effective tax rate on the second income alone is often 35% to 40%. So that $65,000 gross salary becomes $39,000 to $42,000 take home, before childcare, before commuting. Drain 3, the coordination tax. This one is invisible, and it's expensive. When both people work full-time, time becomes the scarce resource, and scarce time is expensive time. You pay for convenience, food delivery, house cleaning, lawn service, grocery delivery, because there are no hours left to do these things yourselves. Studies estimate that dual-income households spend 20% to 30% more per year on outsourced household tasks, not because they're careless, because they're out of time. 3 drains, all invisible, all predictable, all preventable. Here's where I want to be direct with you. The goal is not to have 2 incomes. The goal is to live on one and invest the other. I know that sounds extreme. Stay with me. If a couple earns $140,000 combined and lives on $75,000, the lower earner's salary, and invests the difference, here's what happens over 20 years at 8% return. The invested income, roughly $50,000 per year after taxes, grows to $2.4 million. Meanwhile, couples who expanded their lifestyle to $140,000 have normal retirement savings. The gap between these two couples at retirement is potentially $2 million or more. Same income, different choices about which income to live on. Now, I understand this is not realistic for everyone, especially with children, especially in high cost of living areas. So here's the practical version. Step 1, calculate your real second income. Take the lower earner's gross salary. Subtract taxes, childcare, commuting, convenience spending. What's left is your real second income. Not the number on the offer letter, the number that actually benefits your household. For many couples, this number is surprising, and that surprise is valuable information. Step 2, build the one income buffer. Your emergency fund should be calculated on one income, not 2. 6 months of expenses at the one income lifestyle level. This is your actual safety net. Most couples calculate their emergency fund based on current 2 income spending, which means it covers 60 to 90 days of the lifestyle they built, not 6 months of the lifestyle they could maintain on one income. Step 3, assign the second income a job. Don't let the second income disappear into general spending. Give it a specific assignment before it arrives. Options: max retirement accounts for both people first. Pay down the mortgage. Build a taxable investment account. Save for education. Any of these is a legitimate assignment. The rule: the second income has a job before it hits your account, not after you see what's left over. Step 4, run the one income stress test annually. Once a year, sit down together and answer, if we lost one income tomorrow, what would we cut? And how long could we survive? This is not pessimism, it is preparation. Couples who run this exercise make different spending decisions throughout the year. Not because they are afraid, but because they understand what their financial foundation actually looks like without the second income propping it up. Let's bring this home. Here's the truth about the two-income trap. Two incomes are not automatically a financial advantage. They can be if you're intentional about how you use them. But for most couples, the second income gets absorbed by a lifestyle that quietly becomes dependent on both paychecks. And the result is a household that earns more than their parents ever did, feels financially stressed in ways their parents never expected, and is more fragile than they realize. The second income is not the problem. The assumption that more income automatically means more security is the problem. 3 things to do this week. 1. Calculate your real second income. Gross salary minus taxes, minus childcare, minus commuting, minus realistic convenience costs. Write down the actual number. That's what you're working with. 2. Give the second income a job. Decide before next payday where the second income goes. Retirement accounts, mortgage, investment account, education savings. Pick one, automate it, done. 3. Run the one income stress test together. Tonight. How long can we survive on one income? What would we cut? The answer to that question is the most honest picture of your actual financial position. The math doesn't lie. People do. If this changed how you think about money, subscribe, because this is the kind of math that actually changes how you live. Next week, we're talking about the financial hangover. The debt, the depleted savings, the feeling of being behind that follows the decisions most people make in their 20s. And more importantly, what to actually do about it in your 30s. See you there.